Hello everyone, welcome back to the series where we are coding a Discord bot. Today we are going to be looking at S-strings and how to use them, and also what they do. So first one we're going to do is we're going to go back into Visual Studio Code. Here's our code here, and what we're going to do is we are just going to delete this. We're going to do at client.command async def test ctx and then a comma, and we're going to pass in the user. PC is about to explode again, and user is a discord.user. This basically means that you can ping someone when you're doing your command. So for example, test at Indigo Fire, right? That would basically, so this test is your CTX and the at Indigo Fire is your user. So we're also going to put in a colon here, and then we're going to do await ctx.send, and then in brackets we're going to do an F and then our speech marks, and we will do I will test user.mention and close that. And this is basically an S-string. So what the S-string does is it means you can ping people for your bot. So if we run this, just give it a minute. We are online. Right, now we go back in here, bot's online. Now, if we do test at, oops, my alt account, I will test at oof. So that's basically, if we go back into Visual Studio Code, it is said it will test, and then it will mention the user that you've said. So I've said test oof, and it will say I will test oof, I will test user mention. So that's a basic X. Now there's loads of other things, like you can have a lot of fun with this. Like you could do let's say we want to do a user info command. So we want to say user info is our CTX, and then user is a discord.user. And basically what this can do for us is this can put in your S-string again. So what you can do is you can get, for example, this user's ID is user.id, and that will give you the ID in Discord. And we can also do their discriminator is user.discriminator. Like there's a lot of fun you can have this. All you want to do is just go into the developer portal. Not developer portal. The discord.py, read the docs, and there's a lot, like members. There's a lot of information in here. a lot of useful information down here. Again, remember here you can like discriminator, like this this does give you a lot of information. It says all the things that you can do, so you can time out them, you can ban them, kick them, if they're on mobile, create DM, like you can get their avatar, like there is a lot you can do with members. So let's try some of that out. If we go into the docs again, let's see, we will get the joined app. So we will say they joined at joined at. Hopefully that works. If we save it, and then we go into our PowerShell and we do python main.py, and that should run it. And now if we do user info at so joined that hasn't worked, but and that's fine, it's not really needed. But yeah, what I want to show you is just like the basics of this. So now if we do user info and see this user's ID is blah blah blah, your discriminator is 8963. And that is because we've gone in here, we've done our user info command, and we have pinged the Discord user, aka me, and then because we have passed in everything, it will ctx.send, so it will command.send. This user's ID is user ID. Your discriminator is user.discriminator. Discriminator is the last four numbers. So oof 8963. Discriminator is 8963. So that's very, very basic command. Again, like you can do all sorts with this. You can do moderation, you can do... Actually, what I do want to show you is if you... Right, so we'll go client.command async def add role ctx user is a discord.user, and also because we want to say what role we want to add, we go role discord.role, and what this means is you do your add role command as the context, and then you choose what user you want to add a role to, and you choose what role you want to add to the user. Now if you give me a minute, I am about to die. I need to go get a drink. Right, so forget that ever happened. So what to do is to add your role. This is actually not part of the S string, but what you want to do is you want to do await user.add underscore roles role. And what this means is this will find the user that you've pinged, and it will add the role that you've pinged. And then what you want to do is you want to do await ctx.send, and then this is an F string again. So yeah, added role to user, for example. And then we can do await user.send you have been given the role. So what do we have here? We have got it to add the role to our user, and then it will send in the channel that they've done the command added role to user. So if we, for example, add owner to a bot, it will say added owner to Dino, and then it will DM the user saying you have been given the role. So let's test this out. We'll go into our test server settings, then we'll go roles, and then create role, and then we'll just call this role test. So we've got a new role here called test, and now if we save this and then run our command or run our code, if you just give it a minute, pop up with that, we are online. Now if we go back into here and we do our exclamation mark add role at me test, just need to make sure I've got my direct messages on. Yep. Added test to oof, and then I get DM, you have been given the role test. So F-string's basically just a really cool way of like pinging users through your bot. And if you want to do a remove role command, it's the exact same code, except you change that to remove and you change that to remove. And this you can just say removed role from user, you have been removed from the role, you have been removed from the role. And then yeah, if we run that again, it will say we are online in a second. We are online, remove role at test. It's a little bit slow. This is actually CBS. This is actually extremely. Oh, forget that's ever happened. Spell mistake there. Let's try that again. Remove role. Done. Remove role from oof. DM, you've been removed from the role test. On channel. So yeah, that's how we do that. That's how F-strings work. And as I said, you can read the docs, and somewhere in here, or just have a read through them all, see what you fancy doing, and then. But so let's see what we've done here. So we've made our add role command, and we've learnt how to define what a user is so that we can use it in our command. Now we will also do this next episode when we move on to like moderation commands like ban, kick, warn, that sort of stuff. So we've learned to define our user as a discord.user, and we've also learned how to define a role as a discord.role. We have added role to the user, and we've got a role from in there. So this syncs into that. And then we have used our string to say that we've added a role to a user, and we've also DM'd the user to say that they've been given the role, and we've removed roles, and we have said that we have removed a role from a user. So, yep, good. Next episode we'll do moderation commands. So, might be a slightly longer video because it does need a bit more effort. But yeah, well done. Now you can play about with this. You can add this to your own bot. You can add even more. You can do a role info command just by using this and just changing this to role. It's that simple. And obviously role discriminator doesn't exist, but it's common sense. So, yep, that's us. So, I hope you've enjoyed this one. That's it, I did. It's been